main goal behind InterAction was really to provide young people from different backgrounds the chance to get to know each other through social action. So that would be the crux of it. That's the genesis. That's the idea that brought young people from different religious backgrounds, Catholic, Jewish, Baha'i, Buddhist, Hindu, Sikh, Muslim, together. And the idea was that the values that we shared being young people of faith were far more than what divided us.
So we built InterAction around that idea, that despite the fact we come from different places and we believe in different things, we share a common vision and then we can act on that and we can build that together.
Sharing our values such as compassion, such as service, such as togetherness, such as selflessness was the focus of our work. And when we came to this space, that we got to live those values and they were normal. And for people who didn't understand them or felt that, young people from different religions shouldn't mix, that was their world and it wasn't ours.
I come from a Buddhist background. My story is one of growing up in a religious community, and I connect with the Buddhist community, but I'm really interested in values such as compassion, values such as service.
I lived in a different part of the world where, it was very normal for young people of different religions to be side by side, but it was way more normal for them to have no idea about each other than actually have that active engagement, in spite of that incredible pluralism that might have potentially existed. So, there were a lot of cases of, hatred and division and discord on the basis of religion, But what really resonates with me are the friendships that I made with those young people from, many different backgrounds, many different cultural backgrounds. I know what pluralism looks like and I know how it's enriched my life. So when I came back to live in Australia, I realised that unfortunately we were moving down this divisive path again and we needed to bring it together because really those friendships, they're the ones that last.
You're asking the question, why have I decided to join forces, so to speak, with InterAction? I'm saying because I've been a Roman Catholic priest for 50 years, and I've been a Roman Catholic for 77 years, and religion seems to have ground to a halt, in my experience. And I believe the human race is progressive. In other words, it's always got to be upwards and onwards. And therefore, I came across you lot at the Parliament of World Religions or something, and I said to myself, well, these seem to be onto something that's gone beyond what I was brought up to believe was the next stage in evolution. But you lot apparently are saying faith without works is dead. In other words, we better start doing things together, and especially for the public to see that people who believe, even if they seem to believe different things, in fact can work together. Now that's, to me, that's the next best stage in evolution. But if you're not looking after the least members of the community, well then your religion is empty.
So what we realised with InterAction was that we'd created something special, and local councils, small religious groups had seen this, and they began to invite us to their events. They began to want to involve us in their projects, and we realised, wow, what we've created is actually really exciting to them. Soon it became too much for us to handle, so we were running from one event to the other, trying to give lots of talks, and we realised that this really wasn't sustainable. So that's where we came to this idea that we needed to build a social enterprise. That what we had with InterAction was a service, and that we could deliver that service in a way that covered our costs and that actually was self-sustaining.
We developed a whole range of trainings, which we're calling IACT. So IACT is about providing young people with the skills to be able to go and be change makers in their communities. It's about not centralising the knowledge with us, but spreading it so that we can build this movement of interfaith leaders.
In our training suite, we have things from a 90-minute workshop that covers a whole bunch of stuff to a full 2-day leadership program that covers storytelling, shared values, things like how do we work together in community, and how do we actually create sustainable community service projects.
It almost has to be an urgent, ready response. Otherwise, lots of the brothers and sisters in the secular world are going to go down the tubes.
Young people come out of our training equipped as leaders, and then they can then go out and begin to create this in their own communities.
Being part of a religious group teaches you about a bigger picture.
Everyone can make a difference. It doesn't really matter what religion they are, but everyone can try and make a difference.
I did an internship with Baptist World Aid a few years ago, and that was involved in advocacy, trying to increase the amount of aid that Australia gave overseas.
We sent storybooks that were written by school children to victims of war crimes overseas, and they also made toys for them.
I plan to do a graduate diploma in international health and maybe work in Colombia with women and children in trafficking.
Like, my beliefs in the Baha'i faith and concepts of spirituality have definitely infused what I want to do with my life. I'm in the area of international development, so in working in places like Cambodia and Central and South America, I've been able to really put those ideals into practice, or try to.
I am a Catholic Christian Chaldean from Iraq. I work as a community guide. My role is to help all the refugees from all background, all religion, helping others. As a Christian, I remember myself, I love to shred.
The way we envision it, the customers of IACT would be local councils, because local councils are looking to build the interfaith networks, to build that kind of meaningful engagement in their communities. And what we've already done, we've done the hard work for them. You know, we've developed the leadership program, and we're reaching the groups that they have absolutely no hope in reaching, and that's the young people. I mean, personally, I can't tell you how many times council workers have come up to me and said, how do we engage the young people? Well, this is the answer. This is how you engage the young people. You run a leadership program that is made by young people for young people, relevant to their needs. We're not guessing as to what young people's needs are. We know, because we've been doing this for a very long time.
We also see there's real possibility in working in schools, and we're developing workshops which are particularly designed for high school students. We also have workshops which are for university-age students, and we've been running those already.
Universities around the whole country, because universities are already a space where so much interaction is happening, but it's about giving people the skills to be able to navigate that. Religious organisations would be our customers, because increasingly people don't really know this, but a lot of religious communities are actually looking to reach out.
And we've already noted that religious communities are struggling to engage their youth, and they're struggling to engage the wider community. We have competitors, there are other youth programs out there, but what we're doing is creating something that really speaks to young people from diverse backgrounds. The Victorian Multicultural Commission got behind us a few years ago, and they've been funding us for the last 3 years. And we've also just secured further funding from the Attorney General's Department to run our university training at Monash, Melbourne and RMIT. So we're already doing this work. But we really see that we don't want to be running this off grant funding. We really want to be moving beyond that.
The costs that we see involved in IAC training surround first and foremost the administration of the training, in not only in the delivery of the product in terms of the training, but also the follow-up and the support that we provide participants of the training. This is not just a one-off service delivery where that's it. You know, we want to empower and support these young people to be able to actually go and turn those skills into something fruitful, such as a service project, something like that. The other cost would be the development of materials to support the IAC training, and we want to be able to deliver the training to a broad range of audiences. So what we've listed thus far is what we see as being the initial customers and the initial beneficiaries, but we are hopeful that we will be able to expand that, and having the resources to develop relevant materials for our participants, for our audience, is really important. Chance to participate in the crunch is really vital for us, because what we see here is a training that can actually start transforming the way we relate to one another in society, in communities, and it starts in communities and then it spreads into a movement. And what we really need from the Crunch and what we think the Crunch can really offer us is a chance to professionalise this. So instead of this being a dream and a whim and of a few young people, we can actually draw on the business skills and the development of a plan that allow us to deliver IACT to the widest audience, to the maximum benefit, to the maximum impact.
We feel like the Crunch can really allow us to take this to the next level. So to deliver the IACT training in a way that is really exciting and a way that's really professional.
And through the Crunch, through the development of a business plan, a rigorous business plan that'll help us cost, that'll help us deliver the training in the most efficient way.
To plan this out so that what we're delivering actually is sustainable and we can keep delivering this service.
And actually having the support to be able to build it through mentors who've been through the social enterprise experience, so that at the end of the day that we can deliver a product that is profitable and that whose profit can be invested into growing and spreading the benefit.
And that's up to your generation, see, because you're the most, aren't you, connected generation we've had in the history of the world, isn't it? Well, allegedly you know everything. You see, you've got, you allegedly the whole wisdom of the human race at your fingertips. See, I'm not going to sneeze at that. I haven't got it, you've got it.